good. Oh my lord. I done did it again. Okay. I got to get better at that. All right, we're gonna start from the jump. Rewind it. Run it back. Make sure we're good. Hello, hello, hello. I done did it again. Okay, we're off to a hot start. Okay, here we go. Welcome to the David Atencio Show. We are good. Okay, welcome to the David Atencio Show. I am David Atencio. Started off with a muted mic. I'm a professional, everybody. We're gonna try and get through this. This is what I love to see. We are professionals around here. We just watched a video. We're gonna start from the jump, though. Am I full screen? No, I am not. Let's go full face. Try this again. Okay, we're gonna start from the top. Thank God I wasn't too far deep into it, huh? We're only what, fucking 15 minutes into this. Beautiful. All right. Anyway, start from the top. Louis Gary. I talked about him yesterday. He had about 200. Well, I said yesterday he had 100. I've heard reports of 200, so we'll just say 100 plus explosives next to a Catholic church. And he lost my train of thought. That got me all messed up. 200 explosives. He was next to a Catholic church. We talked about it yesterday. Long story short, he was sitting at the steps. He was in a tent at the steps of a Catholic church in Washington, D.C. There was an event going on that day. A lot of Supreme Court justices would be there, and they were gonna throw. It was going to be an event, so cops came out about 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:15ish, to clear the area with all the political violence that's been going on. They were clearing it out, making sure everything was okay, security, cops, etc., etc. They were going to clear it out, and then they decided, or they caught him in the tent. They walked up to it. Hey, dude, you got to move the tent. He said, I'm not going anywhere. They said, yes, you are. Get the hell out of here. And then he told the cops, I have about 200 explosive devices. He had Molotovs. I've seen a couple places say he's had grenades, but I know for sure he had Molotovs, so we'll just go with Molotovs. They still, for some reason, he told the cops, I have Molotovs. You want to see? I'll throw it over there, put a hole in the, asphalt. Nobody will get hurt, but I'll put a hole in the asphalt. And then pretty much cops told him, dude, you're dumb. Get the hell out of here. First of all, the cops should have taken that as a threat. They should have immediately been like, what the fuck? And investigated further, but they're just like, dude, get out of here. And then finally he threatened the cops. He was like, because they're like, if you don't leave, we're going to remove you. He said, if you try that, pretty much everybody here is going to die. I'm going to throw one out. You're going to start losing officers. And then cops took it more seriously, investigated, looked in there, saw a butane lighter, the little bit he could get in there. And saw the butane lighter lit, Eventually they were able to arrest him, get him out of there, found all the explosives. They found some papers in there. He was, that went, speaking out against some Supreme Court justices, Catholics and Christians alike. ICE too. Any immigration organization, speaking out against him. And then they also found a manifesto that revealed animosity towards Supreme Court justices. Several of the Supreme Court justices that he was talking out, that his manifesto brought up, were ones that went to that church. So it's not hard to put two and two together. You have Molotovs. You hate these Supreme Court justices. You don't like Catholics. You don't like Christians. You don't, all of this stuff. And then you're sitting out of a church that those justices go to. It's not hard to put two and two together. Allegedly. This is all alleged. He was allegedly going to do this. But it's not hard to put two and two together. He was sitting out front of I wrote this down because I don't want to mess it up. The Cathedral of Saint Matthew the Apostle in Washington D.C. So that's pretty much where he was. And like I said, this is all alleged. He was allegedly going to do all this, but come on, a monkey can say 2 + 2 = 4. And so he, like, I haven't been able to find the manifesto anywhere. I haven't been able, it's not released or anything like that. It's just, this is what it allegedly revealed animosity towards Supreme Court justices. But why are I don't want to say Republicans, but more right-leaning people made out to be the bad guys and the fascists and the Nazis and the evil people, but it's continuously the left side, like I was talking about yesterday, it's continuously the left side that is spewing all this violence, that is out there killing people, that's out there attacking people, that's out there having, showing up to churches with Molotovs. I'm not going to go down that hole again. I did it plenty yesterday, but it's just something needs to be done. Why is having conversations getting so violent? I mean, you have the likes of, obviously the Charlie Kirk assassination is the major one recently. I got a list here. You got the threats on the likes of Michael Knowles, Ben Shapiro, etc., etc., etc. They go to campuses or events or anything like that, and bomb threats are getting called in. Students are trying to storm in. People are trying to attack them. Stuff like that. It's insane. I mean, you have Steven Crowder, who, shitty guy. I don't like the guy. Some of his, I agree with a lot of his views on things. A lot, not all, but a lot of his views on things. But doesn't make him a good person, especially after that video dropped with his wife. Fucking insane. It's that we're not gonna, if you haven't seen that by now, just look it up. You can find it everywhere. Shitty person. That video is heartbreaking, but he still goes out there to campuses, and said he was doing the Change My Mind, and he was having concrete milkshakes thrown at him. People were ripping down his tent, throwing bricks at him, punching, trying to punch him in the face, getting in fights with him. I mean, it was getting super violent. That's why at the end of the day he ended up quitting, because he was starting to pose a serious threat to him. He was getting death threats, all sorts of shit. And it's just something that you see people. I saw a video the other day. I should have tried to find it again. This guy was just out there holding up a sign. I can't remember what the sign said, but it was a I think it was a pro-life sign. It was either, I saw 2 different ones. It was a guy was holding a pro-life sign, and somebody came up, ripped the sign out of him, and then tried to fight him. All because he was holding a sign over pro-life, saying abortion's bad, abortion's evil, killing another human being is evil, inherently evil. It's not. That debate we can get into another time. Or there was another one who was anti-transgender, not saying, he wasn't saying anything crazy like kill transgender people. He wasn't saying let's rip them apart, let's do anything crazy. It was just a simple it said something along the lines of you are the way you're made, or something like that, pretty much saying if you're born a guy, you're a guy, if you're born a woman, you're a woman. And then he was attacked. I mean, they jumped, like 4, 5, 6 people showed up and just whooped his ass. I was like, why is that the go-to now? Why is that something that happens? That shouldn't be. It's just crazy to me. But then the right side is called the violent side. How does that? I just don't know how that correlates. I mean, yeah, there is some people on the right side that go for violence, right? They'll walk up and they'll punch you in the face because you're a liberal or a Democrat or whatever the hell. But it's like 100 to 1, right? You were far, 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 far more likely to find somebody on the left that's violent than you are on the right. You've seen, well, at least I have. I've seen countless people that have. I've seen countless people. Pregnant wife. So you have far more people on the left that'll get violent than the right. You've heard people, or plenty of times, at least I have people who have gone to left rallies. They'll go to a Democrat, I shouldn't say rally, but like a protest, let's say, wearing MAGA hats and Republican outfits, and it'll get violent. They'll be attacked, they'll be assaulted, which is the same thing. They'll be slandered. It just gets violent really, really fast. People get in their face, screaming at them, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll do the same thing on the Republican side. And they'll go to a Republican protest or demonstration, whatever the hell you want to call it. And don't get me, will there be a little bit of shit talking? Probably. Or, yeah, not probably. There is. There's a little bit of, hey, you little bitch, but it doesn't get violent. They're not screaming, for the most part. There have been instances where they have. But for the most part, they're not screaming in your face. You're not getting beat the fuck up. I can't find you. I mean, I'm probably wrong. There's probably one out there, but I haven't been able to find one where somebody is getting assaulted when there's a MAGA rally going on. And it's I don't know. It's just a trend that's starting. That's getting insane. The reason I even bring this up is it happened again recently. I mean, like I said, there's the Steven Crowder hundreds of incidents with the concrete milkshakes, tents being ripped down, assaulted, Charlie Kirk assassination, threats on, Michael Nose, Shapiro, all those, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on. But a recent one that just happened was Cam Higbee. We'll start with this. Double check you guys can hear me, because god damn, that pissed me off. You can. Anyway, so we will move here. That's what I wanted. Okay, we're good. Boom. All right. So then we have this video. Pretty much, Cam Higbee is the guy's name. He was at a media event, and we'll just watch the video. This is what happened. Him explaining stuff that him and his partners or other people who go out there and just try and talk. They're not going out there and purposely starting fights. They're just going out there trying to talk. And he's just kind of talking, hey, this is what we're having to go through, but you don't see the Democrats out there doing it.
When I leave my house to go to work, I am violently assaulted. I've had guns pulled on me. I've been bear sprayed. I've been beaten down. I've been almost killed. So my question for all of you is, how would you feel if every time you showed up to work, masked militants tried to kill you? Because that's how we feel. That's our lived reality. And you guys go and tell us that we're liars, the riots aren't that bad. Right? I've never seen any of you guys on the ground. In fact, I've never seen anybody representing the companies you work for on the ground. You guys come to us for interviews that never get published. Stop saying we're lying. We're not. We risk our lives every day to do the job that you guys are too afraid to do. When I leave my house to go to work,
like I said, pretty much just saying, he's talking to the media too. You guys are supposed to be the ones out on the ground. You guys are supposed to be the ones out there starting conversation, reporting the news, etc., etc. But all these people like Cam have to go out there and do it, and they have to try and start conversation. And they're trying to get us talking. They're trying to get people out there having peaceful conversations, debates. But they're not willing to do it. But I guess there's really nothing that can be done at this point, besides keep trying to go out there. But if it's a risk to your health, then people are going to stop, which is part of me believes is what the Democratic Party wants. I don't know how else to explain it, because they won't come out and apologize, say they're wrong, say this violence needs to stop. They'll sit there and they'll say, when something crazy happens, like an assassination attempt, a shooting, anything crazy, they'll come out, they'll spew this hateful rhetoric and talk about, oh, well, this is bullshit, this is blah 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 blah, this needs to stop. And then the next day they'll be out there talking about how everybody's evil and fascist and Christians are bad people. They're trying to indoctrinate, so your kids. They're trying to, which is crazy to me. That's a whole different conversation, because the Democrat Party has been proven to want to indoctrinate. You know what? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. They'll go out there and they'll spew all this hateful stuff, and then act surprised when violence happens. right? Like the old saying goes, if you had the chance to kill Hitler, you would take it. That's why people are going out there and trying to shoot these so-called fascists or Nazis or do this and do this. But then the people who put those words out there won't come out and take responsibility for it. They won't apologize for it. They won't do anything for it. They'll be like, "Oh my God, this is so bad. Why are people doing this?" And then go out and continue to go down the path they're going down and continue to spew all this, causing people to go out there and commit violence. And it's insane to me. This is the attack that he was talking about in there. And he, oh, that's not what I wanted. This was recent. This is why I originally brought this up, because it's happening again. This is one of many incidents that you can find anywhere on the internet of people being attacked just because they're out there holding signs, just because they're out there wanting to pass a message, just because, I mean, they're not doing anything violent. They're just talking, holding a sign, doing anything, and then somebody comes up and starts losing their mind. Like, you can see he has a crowd of people. He has a microphone. Looks like he's having conversations with people. He's got, like, we can't read the sign. This is the best video I could find on it. But this, we'll watch it.
The fucking night, go home. Go home, Charlie.
We don't use physical violence. Okay, stop.
Go! Hey, stupid bitch.
To fight anybody. We don't want to fight. Stop.
Here's the light.
Okay, stop.
Oh. Dumb, stupid bitch.
It's just crazy to me. I mean, what's he doing? It's not like he's out there screaming at her. He's not out there losing his damn mind. He's out there talking, and I mean, we'll watch the beginning again. I didn't see any violence in him. He's just sitting there.
The fucking night, go home. Go home, Charlie.
We don't use physical violence.
Look at the crazy in her eyes right there. Did you see that? Look at that. You could tell. Look, she's got crazy in her eyes. But they're sitting there talking. They got microphones. And then she goes and does all this crazy shit, and I don't know. I don't. It just needs to be stopped. It's something that, like I said, what can we do to stop it besides people coming out and be like, hey, we're fucked up. Oh, she's a teacher. I didn't even see this. The woman who attacked conservative Cam Higbee in D.C. is a teacher. Taylor Alexandra Forte is reportedly a teacher at Prince George's County Public Schools. Wow. So that's a teacher who... This is a teacher that's doing that.
Fight anybody. We don't want to fight. Stop.
Here's the light.
This is the people we have teaching our youth.
Oh.
This is the people you have teaching your kids. This is the people you have. I mean, teachers spend more time with your kids during the school year than you do. I mean, and this is who's teaching them. Not all of them. Not all teachers are this way. There's a good amount of teachers who aren't this way, but this isn't the only case of a teacher doing something like this. I mean, I think if a teacher's out here doing crazy shit like this, if a teacher wants to go protest and do whatever in her own personal time, that's her business. What she does in her personal time is her personal time. But if she's out there assaulting people, doing crazy shit like this, something needs to be done. I hope she lost her job. I'll have to look into it once I'm done here. But this isn't okay. This is somebody. I mean, like, well, we can watch it again. This is who you want teaching your kids. Look at that. She's swinging. Look at that. That is crazy. That's who's teaching your kids. Look at that. Look at that. And oh, there's another violence right here. We're not gonna watch that because a lot more violence than what happened here. But what is wrong with them? That there's I'm at a loss for words. This shit is happening and popping up all over. You can't even go out there and say a few, you can't say anything anymore without getting punched in the face. You can't go out there and have a conversation without a goddamn school teacher attacking you, without getting jumped. I mean, look at this. Oh, he's getting attacked a lot. It looks like, look at all these videos. That's the same one. all I looked up was Cam Higby attacked, and there's video after video after video after video. I mean, it's but the Republicans are the violent ones, right? We're the ones out there raising hell, trying to fight people. We're the ones trying to take away free speech. We're the ones trying, infringing on rights. We're trying to take this away and take this away and take this away. But it's whenever Republicans go out there and they talk and they just try to talk, get a message out or voice their opinion, then all of a sudden they're the problem. They're the fascists. They're infringing on rights. But they can go out and do this. I promise you, if it was roles were reversed and Cam Higby walked up to a couple of Democrats out there trying to do what they're doing right here and decided to attack them, national headlines. Everybody would be talking about it. Literally fucking everybody. It'd be all over. And then he'd be the poster child of why Republicans are so evil, why Republicans are so bad. But we see it every day. Evidently Democrats can't do any wrong. I mean, we see it every day. Like I said, I'm just scrolling. I literally Cam Higby attacked, and there's like 10 different videos here, just scrolling a little bit. I mean, I guess, some of them are the same, but there's 10 different videos. This is a different one, same one, different one, same one. So, okay, this is the recent, so it's going to be everywhere. But like, different one. I don't know what that is. Different one, same one, different one, different one, different one, different one. I mean, it's disgusting. You just can't talk anymore. I'm convinced there's no sitting down and talking with these people. There's just really nothing you can do without it getting violent. A majority of them, not all of them. There are the ones out there who are willing to sit down and have a conversation like a normal goddamn person, but most of them, they're not willing to have it'll just get violent because they're children. I hate to say it, but they're children. They don't get their way. Then all of a sudden they're the victims. They cry babies. They start getting violent. They start throwing temper tantrums like she did. It's disgusting. It's insane. We don't live in a country where you can talk anymore. Debates aren't a thing without attacking the other person. But we'll leave that alone for now. Well, we'll just leave that alone. Move on to better news. Israel and Hamas are on their way, at least on the first stages of a peace deal. Finally, after 2 years fighting, at least when I started this show and was muted for 15 goddamn minutes. Peace deals in the talks. They got the first stages going. Trump was actually seen. Where's my mouse? Trump was actually seen in a meeting. Right here. We'll just do it quick. It's 18 seconds. We'll watch it. He's approached in a meeting.
Criminal conspiracy.
When the news broke.
Criminal conspiracy.
I'm just given. Yeah, I was just given a note by the Secretary of State saying that we're very close to a deal in the Middle East, and they're going to need me pretty quickly. So I will take a couple of more questions.
Criminal conspiracy.
Yeah, news broke. Okay, maybe if I can hit the right button. Like I said, news broke. Finally, after all the violence, after everything that's happened, we're finally close to a peace deal. Thankfully. It's been big news over here. Trump's been trying to get peace put together forever now. I mean, everybody's pretty read up on on what's going on. Hamas did some unspeakable evil things, but Israel has also done some unspeakable crazy things. It's just been bad all around it on both sides. And then we have he put this tweet out. I don't think he's actually addressed the nation yet, at least prior to the show. He said, "I am very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed upon line as the first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and Muslim world. Israel Israel, all surrounding nations, and the United States of America, and we thank the mediators from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. Blessed are the peacemakers. Donald Trump, blah, 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 blah. So I was reading this article here because I checked out a couple of them. This kind of put it in the simplest of terms I could find. Let's see where it was. Two regional sources. Okay, so two regional sources told CBS News that there's an agreement on all sides in principle on a hostage release, but procedural issues remain. Once those details are handled, it'll be 48 hours before any releases start. So it sounds like they've come to majority of an agreement. There are still some little bit of issues here and there that need to be worked out, which is with any peace deal. I mean, this news just broke recently, a few hours ago. So there's obviously with any deal, there's a couple minute details that have to be brought down. So they said it will be 48 hours before any releases start. So in the next 48 hours, we should see hostages starting to be released. Right, yeah, a White House official said hostages could be released on Monday. The deal will go to Israel's cabinet for approval on Thursday, and if it's voted yes, the Israeli military will need to withdraw to an agreed-upon line in the Gaza Strip. So, pretty much the deal said, hey, if you guys push back to this strip of land, then we'll move on with our part. So Israel's going to pull back to the line, which would take under 24 hours. Then Hamas will have 72 hours to release the hostages, the officials said. And as long as this agreed upon part is held up by both sides, which both sides have been crazy unpredictable, so who knows? It could be a ploy from either side at this point. Like I said, anything could really happen. But we'll wait and see. But hopefully then once this happens, then they can get in a room, they can do whatever they need to do and talk out a further agreement or a peace deal. To confirm the deal, writing on X, an agreement was reached. So Mahad al-Ansari, an advisor to Qatari Prime Minister, that name. Holy name. Should we try this? Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani. Good Lord. Imagine having that for a name. Also confirmed the deal, writing on X that an agreement was reached on the first phase of the Gaza ceasefire agreement, which will lead to ending the war, the release of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners, and the entry of aid. So, like I said, if both sides hold up their end of the deal, then it'll move forward with the talks. They'll release prisoners. Aid will be able to start coming in. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. But hopefully, this is the start of something good. It sounded like, this has been in the works for a long time. Trump at least says that all parties are going to be treated fairly. Things are going to change. So we'll see. This war has been going on for 2 years now. It's been violent. Innocent people have died. I understand in war there's casualties. It's just how it works. It sucks. It's sad. People die. But civilians shouldn't be dying. I know people are all the time civilian casualties are what happened in war. It just is what it is. That shouldn't be the way it is. But like right here is Israel's retaliatory war in Gaza against Hamas, which the U.S. and Israel consider a terrorist organization, has killed more than 67,000 people. And it doesn't distinguish between civilian combatant, but I guarantee you, probably a lot of those are civilian, not all of them. But thankfully, we're almost to a ceasefire, or at least right now we're in a ceasefire. I shouldn't say they're in a ceasefire, and it's something that's being handled, and we're right there. We're right there. We're almost to it. So, I guess we'll have to watch it, keep our eyes on it, see what happens, see if hopefully everybody keeps their end of the bargain, and it continues going positive. But all right, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Kind of a shorter one today. I know it says 43 minutes, but the first 15 minutes I was muted. I need to get better about that. I really, really, really need to get better at that. I'm gonna try. We're professionals around here, okay? We're professional. Well, I shouldn't say we. I'm a professional. Okay, that I proved it today. But yeah, we muted for the first 15 minutes, so that's great. If you're watching the uploaded version on YouTube, it was cut out. But for the live, I was muted for the first 15 minutes. But we get better. We learn and we get better. I know I did this the first time too, but hey, I'm working on it. Okay, we'll get there eventually. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Deuces.